little tune. I had originally written it because he doesn't know this part, so I'm going to tell him the story. So when I wrote this song, I was approached by a couple at a wedding, and they said, we want you to play our wedding reception, but in the meantime, we're getting married, down the street in downtown Portland, and they wanted to parade the entire wedding party from the wedding ceremony spot through the streets of downtown Portland to the reception site. So I thought, well, what's a real cool kind of funky thing? And they wanted a New Orleans type of groove, and I love that music, and I've played a lot of it. So I thought, okay, well, what can I really do? So I kind of had this idea in my mind, and right around then, because this was back in, 3-4 years ago. So what are you now? How, 11? So you were like 6 or 7 when I wrote this tune. And, I was kind of thinking about that because I think I'd seen you once or twice by then, and I kind of thought, gee, you look a lot like me, you act a lot like me, you're kind of hard-headed and stubborn like me, and you probably like the same music as me as well. So I thought, well, I'll go ahead and turn this one into you. And it was kind of funny because I tried writing one for you before, and I really couldn't ever quite get it out. But this thing just popped out of my head. And I was like, oh, this is really cool. So I knew I couldn't have a band with me because I'm on the street and I'm moving, and I'm moving, I don't know, about 8 blocks. So I got a field snare drummer, so it was just the two of us, and so we ended up kind of playing this nice New Orleans groove. So we got this thing going, and it kind of backfired a little bit because the wedding party was getting married on the 8th floor, and there was only one elevator. And it just took forever to go up and down and up and down and up and down. So we ended up playing this thing for about 20 minutes before we actually finally started getting moving down the street. Well, by that time, we had quite a crowd assembled because nobody could get there because they didn't know where we were going because they were supposed to follow the Pied Piper. And of course, by then, there's a bunch of people on the street, there's a couple of musicians knocking this little riff out, and then, people start gathering on the street corners and cars are stopping, so we end up getting quite a little party going on there, and clearly everyone's in a festive mood, and people are like, well, something's going on. Well, finally, by the time the bride and groom come down, there's this huge collection of people, and so they couldn't, they had no idea we'd been playing this thing at this point for about a half hour. So, everyone else, whether they're tired of it or not, because they're festive and having a good time, and by the time they come down, everyone's dancing and partying, and off we go, parading down the street in this stream of people, maybe 100 or 150 people long. So we had this great hellacious party. So this is where your tune comes from, Ethan's Blues. And again, we use the technology to dress it up just a little bit. So it's not quite what you heard on the recording, but this is kind of a fun little version too. So that's my little nephew right there. Yay! I love it when you cheer, Isaac. You're the best. This next one.